Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of Raising Champions Academy. I'm Chinudofia and I am the founder of Raising Champions Academy. I want to say thank you for always stopping by, for always clicking on the link to, watch our videos. We don't take it for granted at all. We don't take it for granted. We are grateful that you always come up, when we share the link, you click on the link and then you watch. You take out time to watch. I am grateful. I don't take it for granted. I'm much more for as many that have subscribed. And I'm also begging you that is watching, if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. I promise you, we're going to be bringing you values on this space. In this space, rather, we're going to be bringing values to you. We're going to be bringing values. It's a promise. Yes, and we also promise, and we're also trusting God that we're going to be getting better. Yes, we're going to be getting better. Our channel is going to be getting better, and better. All right, just as the word of God says, don't despise the days of the little beginning, though your beginning may be small, but we know our latter end will surely increase. So we're going to be getting better. Yes, but please do well to watch, listen, take the message and run with it. Yes, so we have been sharing on things that we need to do. We are raising champions for parents, for parents, caregivers. Well, we have the responsibility to raise our children, to raise our words into being who God has ordained them to be. So this space is actually about making them, bringing them to who God, raising them to become who God has ordained them to be, and nothing short of that. Okay, yeah, so if you're just joining me, if you're seeing me for the first time, I am Chine Udofia. Yes, I'm Chine Udofia, and I'm the lady that always come up to talk about raising champions and what it is that we need to know, we need to do. All right, so in my last video, I talked about um building the right circle for our words, building the right circle for our children, because I said nobody is an island. Nobody is an island. Every one of us, we need people to succeed. We need men. We need people. We need a circle. We need men to fulfill that assignment that God has given to us. Nobody can fulfill his or her assignment alone by himself or by herself. We need people, but then we need the right kind of people. And I was saying that we need to teach our children to also build the right kind of we need to teach our children how to build the right circle. Yes, so we need to teach them how to be the right kind of circle so that they are not lost, so that they are not grounded, so that, like the Bible says, the circle of fools, those that find themselves among fools, will be destroyed. So our children will not be destroyed, so that they will not, be in the wrong circle that will not allow them to fulfill their purpose. I think you may want to watch that. Let me not even begin to talk about that video. You may just want to go. That was the last video. So we're still talking about what we need to do as we raise these children. What am I going to be talking about today? So I want to talk about preparation. Yeah, so when I say preparation, there are two things. There are two areas to preparation. Now, there is a preparation of you want to do something. In fact, everything is preparation, but there's this preparation that, okay, I'm having an event. I'm having a life event. It's coming up, so I need to prepare for it, right? I need to prepare if it's going to be a live event, so I need to get a hall. Like what I mean, if it's an offline, I need to get a hall. I need to, if I'm going to have more than one speaker, I'm going to contact other speakers. We need to put the place in order, send out flyers, invite people. So that's the preparation for a particular course. Yeah. So everything in life that needs to be achieved or that is achievable, it should be prepared for. Everything in life that should be achieved or will be achieved must be prepared for. All right, so in my book, so by the way, if you haven't gotten your copy yet for your teens and young adults, it's a soft guide for finding and fulfilling purpose, discovering your God-given assignment. If you haven't got it, you can get it in the description of this video. We have the how you can contact, how you can get yours. So please get yours. So in this book, I talked about preparation, the place of preparation before fulfillment of purpose. Nobody is just born and tomorrow I'm ready to fulfill. No, there is a place, there is a process to fulfilling purpose. And that is, as parents, as caregivers, as parents particularly, we need to be aware so that we put our children, our young ones, our teens, our young adults in the course, in that course, preparing them. All right, we need to prepare them. Okay, so in this book, I said in life, there is actually no particular school of preparation. I've never gone anywhere where they say school of preparation. Okay, I know we used to have a preparatory, like, oh, we're preparing for WAEC, people preparing for maybe an international external exams. But then that preparation for life purpose fulfillment, there is no school like that. There is no school. So our preparation is interwoven with our daily lives, with our day-to-day life, with our normal, but the preparation is there. All right. And then in other extra things that we're also going to be doing, that is our preparation ground. And as parents, if we're not aware and then we don't put our children on course, we will see that by the time it's time for them to be launched, they are not prepared. And that's why a lot of people, they miss out. They're not prepared. So when they get to the place where they need to be chosen to do something, because they're not prepared, some other person comes and, takes the place instead of them. What do we need to do as parents? Number one, we need to expose our children to things that are going to prepare them. Now we're in the August, we're in a vacation. For those of us in this part of the world, we're in our vacation period. This is our vacation. So it is a time to allow our children to do some holiday jobs, allow them go for camps, allow them take a skill acquisition, just allow our children, expose them to things. It's not a time to lock them up in the house. It's not a time to keep them on the TV 24 hours. It's not a time to just carry the screen and give to them. That's not a time. This period, this time is actually a time to prepare our children, consciously, intentionally prepare our children. All right. This time there are lots of camps, private camps. There are lots of camps organized by churches, organized by private people, and all. It's a time to allow our children to go to this camp. So I remember years ago when I was still single, we used to have camps in church. So I remember a lot of my teens, a lot of the teenagers then, when they come, I see a lot of them, when they come to camp, you see a lot of them, because of the assignments they will be asked to do. A lot of them will be given assignments, in camp. Oh, we need choristers, we need ushers, we need protocol, we need this. And it's these young people that are going to be filling up these positions. And most of them don't do this in their local assembly. But coming to camp, they have been picked, they have the opportunity. And that is how a lot of them began to even find what it is that God has put in them. That is how they begin to know. But now assuming some of these parents, oh, my son is not going to the camp, keep them at home, or let them be with me. Anywhere we're going, they will go with us. Because they are going with their parents to adult gathering, they will not be given any opportunity to serve, to do anything, because it's adults will take over. But when they go to where the camp is for children or for teenagers, young people, you see that responsibility will be given to them. And in the place of responsibility, that's where we begin to find out what is that area that we are good in. So that is a preparation ground. If our children are not prepared, if our teenagers are not prepared, when it comes to the time, so I wrote in my book that it is when we are prepared, when someone is fully prepared, that is when you are ready to be launched. And I use the case of Joseph as an example. Now, there was no place that Joseph went, okay, we'll come and go to preparation school. After God showed him the dream that he was going to be a prime minister, was going to lead, be at a level of authority and all, there was no plan to say, okay, so get ready, you're going for your school of preparation. There was nothing like that. But then his brothers were angry, they envied him, they decided to kill him. One said no, they threw him in an empty pit. They said, okay, let's sell him off. And they just thought they were doing away with him. They didn't know they were actually moving him into his preparation ground. When he went there, did anybody say to him, oh, you're in your preparation ground. Okay, now what do you need to do to be prepared? No. Where he found himself, he was given an opportunity to lead. He was a servant, but he was a chief servant. Do this, take care of this. Okay, be in charge of other servants. And that was actually what he was going to be in future. So you can see that his preparation ground, was just interwoven. Okay, interwoven. And I wrote in my book too, I said, whatever it is our children are going through, and that is why, like, we're told as parents, we're told as parents that allow your children to, when they fail, when they experience failure, allow them to go through it. It's a preparation ground for them. We don't know where they are going to. Oh, they wrote an exam, they didn't do well. They should repeat it. Oh, they did this thing, they didn't do it well. Let's not bail them out. Don't do it for them. Give them opportunity. Go and do it again. Now, learn from your mistakes and know how best you can do it. If we don't allow them to fail and, take the responsibility and do it again, we'll keep doing it for them, we'll keep bailing them out, keep covering up for them. They're not going to grow. We're not preparing them. They're not going to be prepared. By the time it will be the time for them to launch out, there will be nothing, they won't have anything, they will not have any experience, they won't even know what to do. And the truth is, see, God, the way God has designed this world, I don't know, but what I see is that until someone is ready to be launched, he or she will not be ready. And there's one thing with life, God is no respecter of persons. He doesn't respect age, he doesn't respect status, he doesn't respect skin color. Anywhere you are, like the Bible says in the book of Acts chapter 10, 38, 9, it says, God, for I know. Is it 10 or chapter 9? The book of Acts, when Peter says, now I know that God is no respecter of anybody. God does not respect anybody. Say anywhere you are, from any part of the world that you are, as long as your heart is connected, you are connected to God, God is connected to you. God does not respect anybody. So he will not say, okay, well, these ones, they are well off, their parents are very wealthy. Let me just allow them. No. Okay, these ones are white-skinned. Let me let them know. Anyone that is prepared, anyone that has gone through the preparation ground, when it's time, you're ready to be launched. And that is how God works. And nobody can change it. We cannot bribe God. And that is how life works. So now that we know, maybe we didn't know, now that we know, I want us to take out time. I want us to begin to prepare our children. This is a holiday period. Let's make good use of it. Send them off to camps, as long as they're of age anyway. Send them off to training, skill acquisitions. Send them off to, it could be online, it could be offline, but where they can just go interact with other children, informal learning, not the learning of sitting mathematics and English. Learn skill acquisition, learn this. It is in those skill acquisition, learning craft and all, that we'll now begin to find out our children's area of interest. It is in those things when they have opportunity to serve. So I remember when I was much younger, we'll have opportunities, we'll go for, meetings, camp meetings. Oh, you have opportunity to do this, to volunteer. Oh, you can do this and do that. So I remember particularly where I began to actually notice that I have this gift of teaching was actually when, after my youth service, one of my pastors, our reverend, I was born in the Anglican church, all right, then, so called me and said, oh, I need you to begin to teach. I need you to be among those that will teach the new converts. I'd never done that. I don't know why he chose me, but I just said, okay, sir. And then we went for a training somewhere. We came back and I began to talk. I was even surprised at how I was able to teach, this class that I had people old enough to be my father. I had, just different ages like that. And I saw people were coming back with feedbacks. Like, we've never heard the word the way you explained it. No, we have never. I was surprised when someone that He's even senior to my dad, has been in the church, you know. He came to me and said, I had never heard the word the way you explained it. I've never heard it in that light. And that actually got me thinking. I was like, I've never actually been in any department where I need to teach. I've always been, oh, I love to sing, and I've always been in the choir. But that thing to serve, that volunteer job I took to come and be among those that are going to be teaching, training the new converts, exposed a lot of things. And by the time I moved to the next stage of my life, I was sure what I was going to do. So by the time I, got a job, left the town, came to Port Harcourt, it gave me a sense of direction because I just knew, there is something I hadn't even noticed. So assuming that, when that day, my parents, no, you are not going, because I was still under my parents then. So assuming, I don't want to do it. I'm not, just like some of our young people, they don't have the interest. So it is left for us parents to give the push. Some of them have the interest, they go, some don't have. So we as a parents will give the push. So what am I saying? The place of preparation is not something that needs to be overemphasized. For raising champions, we need to prepare them. Let me take another person, for example, before I close this. Look at David, for example. David was anointed to be the king of Israel, right? But before then, David had a preparation ground. His parents, David was the last, but he was the one the parents would send, go and check, take the sheep, take them to the field, take them where they go to graze, stay with them and bring them back home. And that was David's training ground. While he was there, the lion came. David did not run away. He said, no, this is the sheep my father asked me to take care of. He killed the lion. The bear came. He killed with his bare hands. What was he doing? He didn't know he was actually in the training ground. That was the same hand he was going to use to pull down nations, to take territories. That was the same hand. And God needed to train those hands to be able to war, to be able to use armories. For the case of Joseph, God needed to hone his skills in administration. So he needed to be in a place where take a decision. How do you need to lead? What do you need to do? How do you need to do it? When do you need to do it? Was honing his skills. So any situation our children, there is a job in my school, I was asked to take a position. Don't turn it down. Don't tell them, no, that's not what you went for. He or she can take it. And that could just be the preparation for that assignment that God has given he or her. Let's not stop them. So you can see from the story of Joseph, we can see from that of David, that which they went through, that seemed normal, that seemed abnormal. For the case of David, it was normal. My dad sent me and I went. That was a normal thing for a child. But it wasn't even normal in God's sight. That was a preparation ground. For Joseph, it was abnormal. Can you imagine? His brothers sold him into slavery. Can you imagine? These kind of brothers. No, that was a preparation. God was preparing him. He couldn't have just been lifted from Canaan to Egypt. Who would have even taken him there? Something needed to take him to Egypt. And his process, that was his process. Let's not stop our children's process. Let's not, be the ones to stop their process. Let's encourage it. Look at our children. Even if we cannot say exactly what it is that God has placed in them, give them opportunities to try things, learn skills. You never can tell. In those ones, you just speak out. This girl, this boy is good here. And that's it. And for them too, as they're going through those things, it's also a training ground for them. It's a preparation ground for the bigger picture. So what's my point this afternoon? My point is, parents, caregivers, if you have any child in your care, I want you to know that for every big picture God has given to you or God has prepared for your child, there is a process. There is a preparation. Nobody is born today and becomes an adult tomorrow. There is a growth process. There is a development process. Nobody, God say you're going to be this great. There has to be a preparation before that time. Let's expose them to that preparation. Let's allow them to try new things. In those trials, in those learning of skills, they begin to find out the areas that they are good at. Let's encourage our children. Let's help them to become who God has ordained them to be. And I want to tell us before I shut down, before I end this, that God is counting on you and I. God is counting on you and I. And I pray we're not going to fail God. I pray we are not going to fail Him. Yes. So, what are you going to start doing from today? Prepare your children. This is a holiday period. Expose them to trainings, expose them to class, expose them to skill acquisition, however, wherever, and just see how it goes. If they've come of age, let them be in camps, get to mix with other people, take up chores, take up responsibilities, serve, volunteer, even within the camp. You never can know, you never can tell which one is going to truly expose that gift that God has given to them. And I pray that as we do this, our children, they will actually become the champions that God has ordained for them to be. Thank you so much for staying until now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope and I know that you got value. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. God bless you for always coming up. God bless you for always clicking and watching and listening. I am grateful. Until I come your way next time, I am Chini Udofia. Bye.